Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to Finish Beer. Yep, we are listing our way through all Big Finish releases and series, more or less some kind of order. And as you can hear, this week we are back to the Tomorrow People.
Oh, you can see that giant hand coming towards you as you speak, can't you? And our little heads in the bubbles. I mean, it's very strange, that title sequence, isn't it?
Yeah.
It captured a generation. That's what Gary Russell told me.
I've still not watched any more Tomorrow People, actually.
No, we're not feeling bold enough, really, are we, to go back and explore?
We will one day. We will.
Yeah.
And
if Big Finish are doing the new Avengers audios in the future, well, we'll be all clued up on those because we've seen those recently. But the Tomorrow People, no.
Or just a little note to our YouTube viewers.
Hello.
Sometimes we're on video most of the time, but this time, guess what? Feeling ill again. I don't know if you can hear it.
We both had a week off.
We're not going on
sick
camera.
As dogs.
Can't not go on camera right now.
I can guarantee I looked in the mirror recently and you don't want to see it.
So we're audio only. If you want to see something lovely on YouTube or the internet, type in what's that? 2 Girls and a Cup or CS Squirt or something. If you want to see something wonderful instead.
Squirt? What's that?
You want to see something visual, go and look that up. We're not being visual today.
There a channel called CS Squirt?
No, never mind. We won't go into
That's
that.
my OnlyFans channel.
You don't want to see it. It's horrible.
Anyway.
Anyway.
If you want to see us looking at our best, check out some of our instant finishes from 2 years ago. When we used to sit upstairs where the lighting was good.
So we're audio only. And as we record this, I don't know what visuals I'm putting up on YouTube, but I will mention that it's really difficult to find decent high-res images of these Big Finish releases. So I have no idea what I'm going to do right now.
You're just going to insert some pictures of us doing reaction shots to the episode.
Like, these covers are like 300 pixels wide. That's it. I don't know what's happened.
Why did nobody do a proper scan of them? Oh, they probably used to be on
maybe they
used to be on the website, surely.
I don't know. I'll see if I can.
I mean, nowadays, right? Yeah, on the images for the covers that they bring out now, you can zoom right in and see people's faces in picture sharp HD quality. Sarah Sun, you can see her every blemish.
Anyway, I'll tell everyone what we're talking about today, these releases.
Okay, if we are a bit snotty and sniffly, we apologise.
Right, so the stories we're talking about today are saying goodbye.
You drive me away! You never wanted me to be born!
The Lords of Forever.
Jedediah, start draining the bitch's genetic makeup.
Queen of Slarvos.
His name is Mike Bell.
A Plague of Dreams.
How are you wearing an Armani suit, Paul?
So 4 releases. We've got 3 3-parters and 1 6-parter.
That's right.
At the end.
It's a bit like the 2 Doctors in the middle of season 22. After we've been used to all these sort of shorter stories, suddenly you got a massive elongated finale.
Well,
what do you want? Elongated finale?
What are we talking about? Shall we
just
talk like generally, or go straight into the first one?
No. Can we talk about this? Because you and I, to sort of refresh ourselves as to, it's very handy, having our old finished bigs. We can go in and go, well, what the fuck did we think of the last one? And there we are. We're on YouTube. We can go and listen to ourselves. So we listened to it, although it was poorly, a bit delirious listening. But anyway, we was very kind about Series 3.
So Series 3, there was a few more. There was that Warlock's Dance one. We like that one.
I said that was the best Tomorrow Person one yet.
Trigonometry it ended with Trigonometry with all the TV cast coming back and everything.
As well.
So it developed Eleanor and Paul, the new Tomorrow People for this audio series, but also incorporated a lot of the TV characters as well.
You like the Slavian Menace from that season because it was a nice simple one, with the evil mobile phones. You really like that one because it was a good sort of light season opener. Whereas I am sad to say, I think this is the weakest season we've had yet. I think there's a lot of really interesting ideas in this season. I don't think the first 3 stories certainly don't cohere into enjoyable listens, and it's an overload of ideas without a simple narrative to hang them on. So very often you and I were looking at each other going, what's happening now? Where are we? Which plot are we in? Oh, wait, there's another idea. There's another twist.
Okay.
I don't know who is script editing at this point. I suspect that the uneven hand of Nigel Fairs, who writes 2 scripts this year, and it's very Nigel Fairs to have great ideas and to not cohere them into something engaging. It's really frustrating because I think he's got talent, but I just don't think he's being guided in the right way. But there is one script this year that I thought was really good. So, and I'll give you a little spoiler. It's the last one. We saved the best.
Okay, well, let's talk about them one by one, and then we can do a bit of a wrap-up overall.
So you're so firm.
Well, the first one is called Saying Goodbye, and it was released in August 2005. This was written by Nigel Fairs. Like we say, really complicated for me when it's Nigel Fairs. All in Love and War is... What's it? All in Love is Fair? Fairs? All in Love is Fairs?
You trying to make a pun?
Hang on. All in Love is
All's
Fairs.
fair in love and war.
No, all's fairs in writing and script editing tomorrow, people.
Well, Jesus Christ. I don't know that was worth the wait.
Anyway, we've got our usual Helen Goldwyn as Eleanor.
That's right. And this is her sort of proper soap opera story, isn't it? Where, she's not part of the main plot. She's going off to see her mum.
We've also got Daniel Wilson back as Paul.
Yeah, fucking annoying. He's annoying in all these stories this year.
Obviously, the TV king, Nicholas Young.
That's John.
That's who's always in this.
Yeah.
And then guest starring this time. So we've got Stuart Piper as Robert, who we'll talk about. The Tomorrow Person.
Okay.
Louise Jameson as Eleanor's mum, Lou.
Can I just say? What? Was that her name, Lou?
Yeah, they just called her Lou.
No, how lazy. I mean, the joy of having 2 of our Finnish big queens in the same story, Louise Jameson and Helen Goldwyn.
And this also features Richard Gauntlet.
Richard Gauntlet? Who's that?
Richard Gauntlet. Oh, I'm thinking, is it Richard Gauntlet? Oh no, I'm thinking of someone else.
Richard Gauntlet?
Richard Gauntlet.
Who's that?
He's the Everton, the
cult leader.
The old guy, yeah.
Who are you thinking of?
Oh, I'm thinking of the guy from Revelation of the Daleks. No, he's a Gauntlet, isn't he?
No.
There's been a Gauntlet somewhere.
That's Orsini.
Yeah, he's a Gauntlet, isn't he?
He's like a famous actor. William Gaunt.
That's it. I was close.
What's his name?
Richard Gauntlet. I'm saying, I feel like there's a really old actor would be called Gauntlet.
This is
been
the
in
sort
classic
of
Doctor Who.
Factual accuracy that you come to finish big for.
Anyway.
Gauntlet and Gaunt are nowhere near each
they're very
other.
similar or whatever. Anyway, that's who's in this story. Saying goodbye. Very soap opera.
Yeah,
this story.
So much so. I thought I'd wondered.
No, 2 halves.
No, it starts
the soap opera half.
Everyone's fighting at the start. Like, Paul is having major league tantrums.
He is played
you
like
never
that.
want me to get involved in nothing. He is the Dawn from Buffy of the Tomorrow
He is
people.
played like the teenager, isn't he?
Yeah.
But then
so
even with like
annoying.
Ellie as well, their relationship, they're these like bratty teenagers. And then he's like, oh, don't call me, is it call me Eleanor or call me Ellie or something? Or don't call me Ellie.
Don't call me Eleanor!
All that stuff. So then the story here is, well, one side of the story is Eleanor reconnects with her mother, and we find out that when Eleanor was breaking out, her mother and father like didn't want anything to do with her, like abandoned her.
No. Her father wanted to help her, but he'd had an affair, so the mother kicked him out. So she was left, and the mother resented her because she was homo superior. And so she felt worthless.
So, of course, Louise Jameson brings
what
she always does. She brings her
A-game. She is a cunt in this.
You give her a Tomorrow People script about all this Eleanor breaking out and stuff.
There.
She plays it like it's a Shakespeare. She's at the RSC. She just goes for it.
And I'll tell you what,
all the
they
resentment.
want her to be horrible.
Yeah.
And she is
She's
horrible.
really horrible.
It's so different from Leela. It's so different from anything you've ever seen her do.
You
before.
know, she
that
just
lovely woman from The Survivors that murdered her kids.
Yeah.
She's different
all
from
like
that. She really was. You could feel her sort of crunching her teeth like William Arnold
And
does.
it's not like the most in-depth script,
not
really.
Well,
do you know what I mean? We are talking tomorrow, people here.
It's a bit manipulative because the reason why she wants Eleanor there is because she's got cancer. And I hate it when they go to those lengths to try and create drama. She's got cancer. She needs to have these tests done. And she needs Eleanor's consent in order for it to happen. That's why Eleanor's there, because the person who would give the consent has died. So it falls to Eleanor. And then that forces them to have all of these conversations. You never wanted me. You always pushed me away. Yeah. It's all that sort of stuff. But
it's a bit cringe.
It is cringe. But it is Helen Goldwyn and Louise Jameson. So they sell it. They absolutely sell this terrible dialogue.
Yeah. And within that as well, then Eleanor has a conversation with Paul, and then Paul's like, my dad had an affair as well, or something, or whatever.
Yeah. I was like, where's all... I think Nigel Fair's thought, do you know what? We haven't really given anyone a background, so we'll give everyone a background at once.
They sort of have all these heart-to-heart, like, teenage drama
moments.
But that's only half of this story, because, of course, we can't just have one storyline.
We can't just have soap operas.
So now we've got a cult... a bit like the sort of Heaven's Gates cult. I think he's based it on.
And this person who's broken out, Robert.
There's this Robert who they know as a Tomorrow person who has been supposedly living on the trig somewhere. They know of him. But then he's actually been taken in and part of this cult. So they're like, oh, Robert, you're part of this cult. Anyway, they send Paul in undercover to find out what's going on in this cult, because there's allusions to aliens and things in this.
I think Robert worked in the records department for the Federation.
Something like that.
And the man came to the records place and seduced him into the cult, didn't he?
So now Paul's going in, gets a bit of a girlfriend within the cult, and sort of learns because she's got a baby, and then learns about what they're doing to like infants and pregnant women and stuff within this cult and things like that.
Oh, and then it turns out they're...
And then they find out, well, Tim... Well, it's not Tim. What's his name? I always get them mixed up.
Tim's the robot.
Who's the other guy, the main guy?
John,
sorry. John is undercover in this cult as a journalist. They find out that he's not, capture him, and then it all gets a bit sort of mad scientist culty, because they want to like impregnate John with this like fetus thing, and there's that line like, enjoy your gestation period, or something like that.
The second cliffhanger is the Alien.
Like tying John up and impregnating him with
stuff. It's very John Hurt from Alien, You were loving that bit.
Well, I don't
know
what was going on.
When that cliffhanger hit and he was going, "No, because I'm going to burst out."
Yeah, that was it.
And you were going, "Oh my God, I can't wait to hear the next one."
I just was quite shocked. So you've got that juxtaposition, then you go back to like Louise Jameson
to the hospital,
on the answer machine.
You never loved me,
Eleanor. I'm just here if you need me.
Yeah, and what's frustrating is those two plots never link.
No, they're completely separate.
You just wouldn't tell a story like this now. You would have an A plot and a B plot, and the two of them would be thematically linked, and the characters would reach a conclusion together at the end.
No.
But none of that happens here.
Well,
it's just two stories.
Wasn't there? Actually, no. Wasn't there something when Eleanor was a baby? Wasn't there a slight link that the implication that her father or something that had been Louise Jameson, the mother, had got advice from the cult leader person? There's a slight link there. It wasn't very clear, but it's very like the parents knew the cult leader when they were younger, sort of thing.
When both of us come out of this story thinking, what was the point of those two stories?
But they didn't interlink. No, they were kept very separate a lot of the time. Apart from it was just in the dialogue or reference or two. I think
in 101 that if you write a story, they're thematically linked, right? And you have a satisfying
I think there is I can see what they were trying to do with Eleanor as a baby. I think they were trying to get advice when they thought there was something wrong with her, and then that links with the baby stuff that they're doing in the cult. So something is there, but also this other Robert comes in.
I can't even tell you who script editing these Tomorrow People ones, because the information isn't on the Big Finish website anymore.
Very difficult. It is very difficult. But this Robert then comes in, and he now stays for the next couple of stories as well.
Right, yeah.
And he's not a TV character, is he?
No, he's not from the TV, but it's like he's always been there.
It's not so bad in this one, but this is my biggest problem with the stories going on, and actually just generally with the Tomorrow People. And I'm trying to think if other Big Finish series do this, like the Doctor Who ones don't do this as much. They just assume that you know a lot of the background and a lot of the setup already, And is that because it's just for these hardcore fans in the 70s?
So. Yeah, I think
but these aren't set in the 70s. These are set in the 2000s.
Now, I want to talk about that, but I want to talk about it after the second one.
Oh, yes, Robert, blah, blah, blah. We know him. And he comes in, oh, Robert, I haven't seen you for a while. We've never met Robert.
You might think he's from the TV.
I thought he was a TV person.
No, he's not, no.
So,
do you know what? Like, how many people are buying these Tomorrow People niche Big Finish audios? Come on.
Guys, did you buy these back in the day? Have we heard from anybody that actually bought these back in the day?
I don't think so.
We've heard from people who like the TV series.
And, when we put out Sapphire and Steel, the comments, well, God, we couldn't wait for you to get to these. We were so excited. Love these releases. Our Tomorrow People ones. I mean, people don't really comment, do they? So, has anyone heard these?
Has anyone heard
these?
Are
we doing this for nothing? Are we wasting our time here? Thanks. No, it's Helen Goldwyn. We're never wasting our time listening to Helen Goldwyn.
Yeah, but this was all right, actually, in terms of comparing to the later stories in the
season. I'd say this was sort of the average. So this was like a 5 out of 10 for me.
And I don't know about the cover as well. I didn't even know that was Louise Jameson.
The cover?
They have de-aged her by like 50 years on that cover.
Don't care.
I know it was a long time ago she did this.
Louise Jameson and Helen Goldwyn on the cover, you make them look as beautiful
as possible. That is a Photoshop job on both of them. I'm sorry.
It's almost like they've had a Cosmos shoot, isn't it?
That is. Oh my God.
The best lighting.
Cosmos shoot. The Tomorrow Ladies are back. New series starting.
The Tomorrow Ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Big billboards across London.
Oh, please. But you know what? Props.
Series 4 brings in Eleanor's psycho bitch mother, played by Louise Jameson.
Oh, it could be like Dynasty, couldn't it? From the Tomorrow People. I do want to say, though, props for acing the Bechdel test in this story, because you've got prolonged scenes between Helen Goldwyn and Louise Jameson's characters, and neither one of them are talking about a bloke. So, happy days for the Tomorrow People. You are ticking a box that Doctor Who rarely ticks.
I've just realised something.
What?
This might answer some of our queries. This was directed by Jason Haigh-Ellery.
Well, no, I don't think the direction was too bad, though. I think he's getting better. The last couple we've done have been pretty good. Yeah, but I think
you get Helen Goldwyn and Louise Jameson to give them some script. You don't need to direct them.
Jason,
he's had an easy ride there.
Can we ask you?
Everyone called in sick that day.
Are you the last minute replacement, or are there so? Because the ones you direct, The Rapture, random Tomorrow People episodes, the Masters of War. These are not things that are choice assignments. Like what's happening?
No. Anyway, it's an okay start for this series.
Not bad.
Okay. Well, the next one then, The Lords of Forever, was released in October 2005. But a couple of months wait for the next release. Yeah.
Which wait 3 months for the next one?
Yeah, they spaced them out in those days.
They probably thought, you know what, that drama between Jameson and Goldwyn was so much. They need 3 months to get over it. Fair enough.
So this was written by Craig Hinton.
Okay, yeah, this is going to be interesting.
And along with our regulars, as I say, we've got Robert in this now, who's come along from the last one, so Stuart Piper's sticking around. We also have Richard Franklin.
Our Richard Franklin.
Oh, we've got Robert Kirbishley.
Robert Kirbishley from The Chimes of Midnight.
Yep, and Linda Bartram as well.
Hello, Linda Bartram.
And this was directed by Nigel Fairs.
Oh, how interesting. Now, before we even talk about the story, can I quickly address Craig Hinton?
Okay.
Because very often sort of make backhanded remarks about Craig Hinton's work. Now, it is really sad that a wonderful fan, beloved by many people, we have lost him. And I will be honest, I find his books an absolute joy. I think he's a terrible writer. Like, he's absolutely obsessed with Doctor Who continuity. He can barely string a sentence together. I mean, he writes a sequel to The Time Monster, starring the 6th Doctor and Mel, where Mel is literally like going through soap opera hell throughout the entire book. And it's operatically bad, but he has a sense of adventure in his writing, and he has a sense of fun. You said you wanted to read Signed Thespians, didn't you?
It's the Auton one.
Auton's Dynasty,
the Auton book,
Well, they're doing all the TV shows. He does have a sense of fun in his writing. So, I don't think he's a good writer. I think he did get the assignment because he was a member of the Fitzroy Tavern clique. But I think whenever he does anything, it's always worth a look, because he's got interesting ideas. He just doesn't know how to execute them. Which brings us to The Laws of Forever,
Laws of Forever,
which is packed full of interesting ideas, and he doesn't have a fucking clue how to execute it.
And I'm guessing that is Stuart Piper Robert on the front cover.
Who is?
And
do you know
there's a guy behind
that
looks a bit like
what else has he done?
The guy on the front cover looks like Ian Levine.
Yeah, I think that's John. I think that's the Nazi John from the future. That's Nicholas Young.
Nicholas Young looks like Ian Levine.
It does look like Ian Levine. Evil Annie, what are you doing in the Tomorrow Peoples? I thought you was making now defunct AI reconstructions.
So I was shocked when we first played this. There's a little they always start off with like a little teaser of what's to come that comes on later on, doesn't it, in the pre-titles? It starts with Helen God. I mean, if you want to know what...
No, I feel like in 5 seconds, I'll count down and we'll reenact it.
Okay, this is how it starts.
4, 3, 2, 1. Get out of my mind!
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's basically the start. And then the music just kicks in.
So if you want to know what A Night with Helen Goldwyn sounds like, press
God,
play in the first 5 seconds of this story. And she's going for it.
Helen, I want to say to you now, right? You give it some in this story.
She does, doesn't she?
By the end of this story, she's being tortured on a rack or something. And she's screaming her head off. We was on a train. I thought, I hope no one can hear this in my earphones. They wonder why I'm listening to this woman having an orgasm. It was amazing.
Is he a squirt?
It was.
Anyway, so Eleanor is set up. She always gets sent on these missions. If there's someone's going to break out or something, they've got a...
That's right.
She gets sent to, like, get ahead.
Sort of the bleeding heart. She's the... You know what I mean? It's like you'd send Evelyn to break in a new companion because she's so lovely.
Yeah. So Eleanor is set up as a private tutor to this girl, and the father owns this big house and everything. And the father is played by Richard Franklin.
That's Mr. Broadwich.
Mr. Broadwich, who's a bit creepy. Richard Franklin always gets the creepy guy roles. Not saying he's typecast or anything, but...
No, he takes normal roles and makes them creepy. Well, that's what it is.
No, he plays...
He comes in and goes, oh, how lovely to see you taking such an interest in this young girl in my command. Okay. I'm like, why are you saying that like a lecherous child catcher?
Well, he was that baddie in Dragon's Wrath in Bernice, wasn't he? That same kind of thing. He's a baddie here. Yeah. You know,
does he do many as Mike Yates?
No, I don't think he sounds creepy as Mike Yates.
Mike Yates. Get it right. Mike Yates.
I said Yates.
He just edited out what he just said. Mike Yates, yeah.
Anyway, I think he plays quite a good performance in this. When he turns up...
Oh, he's great as the villain.
Course, you're not going to get Richard Franklin in just as a bit part like that. So that's going on as well.
When he says at one point, Jedediah, start draining the bitch's genetic makeup.
Well, you've given that away now. So in a weird twist of fate, in this story is sort of in two halves. Two things are going on. In this side of the thing, Eleanor and the girl being tutored, the girl is breaking out. In some weird twist, the girl is actually Jedediah. Tomorrow People fans would know Jedediah is that man.
You've seen that
from the very first episode. What, robot
man
shapeshifter thing?
Oh, wasn't he he was the shittest robot I've ever seen.
That played him in that one.
Yeah, Gabriel DeWolf.
No,
Francis DeWolf.
Who's Gabriel DeWolf?
Gabriel Wolf is who plays that.
Oh, no.
Gabriel.
No.
Francis DeWolf.
Francis DeWolf from such Doctor Who stories as...
Keith Marinus.
Phasor. And the Mythmakers.
That's right.
He's a big fat man, basically.
With a beard. So he's got a big gruff voice.
Who is like a robot evil person.
But, wait.
This little girl is now...
Jedediah.
In
disguise, yeah.
Who is
because
Richard Franklin's daughter.
He's a robot shape changer. He can be Phasor or he could be a little girl.
So he's not Richard Franklin's daughter. Richard Franklin was homeless and met him on the streets.
That's right.
Somehow. Because Richard Franklin, well, not actual Richard Franklin, but the character that he plays, wants revenge on the Tomorrow People.
Yes.
Because...
they was in the trick. No. All the Tomorrow People was away in the trick. Doesn't that sound like freak?
Is this what happened in trigonometry? I think this is when trigonometry, when they were
away in the trick, and Tim managed to find all the secrets on Richard Franklin's character.
Because Richard Franklin was about to discover some genetic thing. He was about to work out what the secret of the Tomorrow People were in their genetics,
so
basically.
Tim spread the word against him and ruined him.
Basically deleted his files and stuff.
Absolutely ruined
so
him.
So that the Tomorrow People's secret wouldn't be out.
Now he wants revenge.
Did that actually happen or not? I was got a bit confused about if that happened or not. Anyway, so now that's why he wants revenge.
What? So funny, when you explain these plots, it's even more ridiculous than listening to.
Well, I shall continue. So so he was ruined and on the streets, met Jedediah on the streets for some reason.
As a little girl or as an old person?
Well, they both bonded because they were like,
Excuse me?
They both...
As a little girl?
No, not as a little girl, please. As they both bonded in like a youth hostel thing.
What?
They met in a homeless hostel for homeless people.
Yes.
Got chatting, found out that the Tomorrow People had both been their downfall and decided to get together. Meanwhile, in the basement of this house is these Medusa things, which like suck your Tomorrow People telepathic thing, and they're illegal on every single planet in the galaxy.
They eat the minds of telepaths, banned on every civilized world, and they've been cybernetically augmented by Richard Franklin.
Meanwhile, Paul, we have I like the duo of Paul and Robert together. They're again like sort of teenage boys.
It's because
having a bit
Robert's
of fun.
actually quite fun.
Yeah.
And so he brings the fun out of Paul, although Paul is still a bit dull.
They get sent. So this time traveller person comes from the future, meanwhile. Are you keeping up, everybody?
Hang on. So this is Malarkey, the Time Guardian. Time Guardian. Now, you can imagine him on TV. He'd be turning up in tinfoil robes, wouldn't he? I have come from the future to the Tomorrow People.
So Malarkey takes Paul and Robert to the future, supposedly.
What a malarkey this is.
And it's this evil future, dystopian future, where there's been a war, there's no galactic trig anymore, this stuff.
Wait, can I just go into this?
Okay, you need to explain this. I'm getting confused.
Great idea. This, Craig Hinton, wherever you are up there, this was genius. So in the future, there was a war between the Thargons and the Saursons. Now, the Thargons are the ones that look like sort of bouncing maracas, and the Saursons are the ones that are big jellies with sort of goggly boss-eyed jellies. Anyway, they've had a war.
Are these on TV, these aliens?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, to put up the pictures. I mean, the Thargons and the Saursons, you just wouldn't believe what they look like. And they've had a war, and the Federation was wiped out completely, and the Galactic Trig is now completely gone. Why do I think the Galactic Trig sounds rude? Is trig a rude word?
No.
Is frig a rude word?
Sort of.
Yeah, trig does sound like frig, doesn't it? I always say frigging off, yeah, that's why. Trigging off. Anyway, the trig's gone. And the Homo superiors, there was a mass breakout. They called it the, hang on. Anyway, the Great Breakout, yeah? And so Homo superiors have taken over from Homo sapiens. Saps are no more, except to be used as processors, as mental processors. So they're basically slaves. And John is the head Nazi of this Nazi state. We're very 1984 now. We are clamping down on the saps. The superiors are in charge, and John is the great, what was his name again? The Black Cardinal. I mean, it's very comic book. And I could imagine them doing it on TV, this story. But I think that's a really fun idea. And basically the end of the story is John going, well, will I become that Black Cardinal? Will this come to be? Because that's in the future. And, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, will John go bad? Will Homo superiors take over from Homo sapiens? We don't know, but it's very exciting.
I think it got a little bit too complicated for me.
Yeah,
with everything going on.
As usual.
But I think even more so in these Tomorrow People stories, there doesn't seem to be any limit of what you can and can't do. You can zap wherever, you can be on an alien planet, you could have some future thing, you could be in the past, the future. Do you know what I mean? What are the limits?
Their powers change.
At least in some series.
From story to story.
From story to story, stuff changes. There's never any, it just, whatever needs to be done in the story you can suddenly transform here. You can have an alternative reality. You can have a dimension. You can have aliens. You can have whatever you want. I think it's a bit too open for me in terms of the stories.
My issue here, I did say I was going to bring this up, is that I think the Tomorrow People audios are obsessed with 70s Tomorrow People. Now, you say that's not a bad thing, but I think when they started in season 1, you and I were going, it does feel early 2000s.
It was early 2000s.
Set in nightclubs and things like this.
Mobile phones, etc., all that kind of stuff.
Now we're doing jellies
in my
and
mind,
maracas.
And you're having all these people
the
come
galactic
back.
trig.
There's no mention of like modern day society.
No, it's really frustrating.
All of the soundscape, everything that they do.
The stupid alien voices sound like they've come from the 70s.
In my mind, I'm imagining it now as the 70s.
Yeah,
where I wasn't before. And these are supposed to be,
there's no hint
Eleanor
that it
and
isn't
Paul
the 70s.
are supposed to be these modern 2000s kids, and there's nothing about them at all that makes it set in the 2000s.
Is purely a me problem, but I loved the 90s Tomorrow People, the Christian Schmidt led one, Megabyte and all of that. And what's her name, Naomi? I absolutely loved it. Ramesses collection, Gene Marsh as the evil Dr. Kulaks, Henry Gordon Jago as the weather making man. It was a great show. No mention of any of that at all. And yet, this story, Sarsons, Thorgons, bloody Galactic Trigs, Mike Bell, they're just obsessed with the 70s Tomorrow People.
I think what they needed to do, they needed to introduce new Tomorrow People kids, right?
Well, they have done that.
No,
Paul and Robert.
And the way they've done that is to set it in contemporary times to not mess up with the 70s continuity, I guess. Okay, fine. They've done that. But they haven't carried that on and told new stories. They've always looked back. So what they should be doing, or is it what they want to do, set it within that 70s time.
I mean, it feels like it is
and
now.
they should have just gone hard, set it. They
Even
might as well
the soap opera stuff from that first one felt like it could have come out in the 70s.
So now it's just this weird, like, it's supposed to be future, but actually it might as well just be the 70s.
I feel like they've missed a trick.
Identity there.
What's interesting is Jim Mortimer comes in at the end of this season and goes, fuck that. I am going to tear this bloody series into the present day. And he does it really well. And I kept saying to you, why are they looking back on all these old ideas, these cheap old ideas from the 70s Tomorrow People? When you're on audio, you could be doing anything and really expand it. And that's exactly what Jim Mortimer does. He looks to the future in a really interesting way.
Maybe in one of the later ones where Eleanor's like, I need to contact. There's something happening and she's like, oh, you have a mobile phone. The way that she says, you have a mobile phone, can I make a call? It's like it's this brand new, amazing technology that you would have thought in the 70s was like a really rare thing. Because it's set in the 2000s, the way that she reacts to a mobile phone is like, it should just be, everyone should have a mobile phone. And not that the Tomorrow People need mobile phones, because they can, but when they do need it, it's this completely alien scientific thing to them.
I just think, because they're supposed to be kids as well.
They're kids, yeah. They started off as kids.
Why are we not leaning into the really fun pop culture? I want to hear the story where Eleanor has to infiltrate S Club 7 to become... Do you know what I mean?
Just normal stuff.
Why are we doing Sarson Forgon Wars? I mean, who's that supposed to appeal to? Except the middle-aged geeks that Big Finish are appealing to now. It's all nostalgia. I'm having the same complaints again. And it doesn't surprise me at all that Craig Hinton is doing a nostalgia fest. Do you know, I don't think this is a write-off. I think the bits set in the future, the Nazi Tomorrow People future, were really great, like really fun. The other stuff, what was the other plot?
Eleanor and Richard Franklin in the cupboard.
That was all right.
All that stuff.
It just led to her.
No, it started off all right for me with that, but then as it got more complex and time travel and alternative realities and all that, I just thought no.
And what's frustrating
I thought Robert sacrificed himself at the end here, but he's in the next one.
What is frustrating is that you have one plot here which shows that the Tomorrow People in the future are going to become the dominant race, and you've got another plot which shows a man who's trying to reduce the Tomorrow People to basically make them vanish. And those two plots, again, they don't come together. And they're going in completely opposite, imaginative directions.
And
so I don't understand the point of having the two plots in this story.
Jedediah gets away, right?
Yeah, at the end. Yeah. Please, everybody, check out Jedediah as a robot. He looks like a massive fridge. It's really funny.
Well, let's talk about the next one.
Okay,
we've already talked more
complicated
from now.
Oh, by the way, I'll give the second one a 6. I'd say 6 out of 10 for that one. That was a bit better than the first one.
Well, the next one, Queen of Slarvos.
Fuck this one.
Was released in January 2006.
Yep.
This is written by Nigel Fairs.
January? How often have these been?
Months. Yeah, only a couple. They're spaced to proper out.
Is it across the year?
Pretty much, because they only did like 4 in a year.
If I was a geek, I'd want my monthly Tomorrow Person fix. Good grief.
So this was written by Nigel Fairs, and the guest stars this time are...
Oh my God.
So we have Joe Castleton back as Joe.
We love you, Joe Castleton, but the excitement gets even bigger than you, I'm afraid.
And Caroline Morris as Sharon.
PhD.
Shazza.
Caroline Morris, PhD. MD, BSc.
Oh, we also got Michael Chance as well.
Oh, hello, Michael Chance. Who's that?
I don't know. I thought you knew.
No.
And Rosalind Blessed as well.
Hello, Rosalind.
So, going back on their own continuity, it's their own Tomorrow People Big Finish continuity. So Joe Castleton and Caroline Morris have played these characters before.
Shazza and...
So Shazza, sort of, they're friends of Paul's from college.
Right.
And he's sort of going out, and then Joe Castleton is the sister. So Caroline Morris and Joe Castleton are sisters again.
Wonderful.
Amazing. We love those actresses.
We thought we couldn't get more lucky having the two queens, Helen Goldwyn and Louise Jameson, in the story together. And now they're giving us Joe Castleton and Caroline Morris together.
So,
this season is full of queens.
This, I enjoyed it because they were in this. Again, the plot got really complicated for me.
We start
off again with 2 separate plots. So we have Eleanor and John
up the Amazon
together.
What does that mean? That's what I put in my notes.
So they're investigating some alien parasite thing that's in like a swamp or something. And they're in these like special suits, and it gets in her suit and infiltrates her nuts or something, because it can,
Excuse me?
any organic matter it like manipulates.
You need to
or something.
Rewind a bit.
So Eleanor's got some nuts in her pocket.
Suit? Oh, I see.
Eleanor's got some nuts in her pocket, I think. And am I remembering this right? Or because she like snack on seeds or whatever, because you did that in the 2000s, of course.
Only David Duchovny in the X-Files.
I think that's what happens. So they're investigating that. Very complicated.
So an alien is nibbling on Eleanor's nuts.
Something like that. Anyway.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we have Paul. He's out with Caroline Morris, Shazza,
Are they at
Joe.
A club?
No, I don't think so. Where are they? They're out.
Are they at a
something
restaurant?
Happens.
I think they're eating out.
No, he's taking them on a jaunt or something, isn't he? Because
that's right.
So these
Sorry,
girls,
we was eating out while we were listening.
So these girls, they're not Tomorrow People, right? But because they got caught up in last year's adventures,
they sort
of know what's going on. They're friends of the Tomorrow People, aren't
they?
So it's not like a big
what
surprise.
What do you call a Tomorrow People groupie?
I don't know.
But a TP?
But off they go, and they get caught up somewhere.
That's right.
They can't jaunt back. They're basically stuck in this like alien city place.
Yeah.
Paul very quickly gets written out because he gets accused of murder and taken away, leaving Joe and Shazza on this like alien place.
This is the best part of the story, yeah.
And we have these returning characters, don't we?
The Slarvians.
Well, from the previous story that they were in.
It's a 3.1. One of Mark's favourites. They had evil mobile phones. I gave you the whole history of the Slarvians.
But isn't the evil lady, she's like a clone. There's like a million clones of her.
Oh,
so
I
they're
lost track of it.
So they're in the bar and they're like, oh, we recognise her from, last year's Tomorrow People release.
Yeah.
And they meet her and it turns out to be a clone. And then that's where it sort of all started to fall apart, because then Eleanor they get a message, don't they? And they're like, oh, someone might be breaking out in America or something.
That's right. That leads into the next story.
No, but it's a fake thing to trap. It's a trap by the Slavian people. And
is it?
all.
I think I fell
all
asleep at the end of this one. We were listening on
This
the
is
train.
all I can get from this one.
I remember waking up at one point and the Queen Slarvian was about to drop all of her eggs.
But then later on, Paul is going to be put to death much later on because of this like framing thing that happened. And I genuinely thought he was going to get killed because we've still got this other guy, Robert, around.
He was put to death.
Well, he was, and then Eleanor...
They staged the death, and then Eleanor's convinced he's dead. She goes back to the other Tomorrow people and goes, guys, I have terrible news. Paul's dead. And then they go, ho, 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 no, it was just a clone.
So there's all these clones. It's a bit of a mess for me, this
so
one.
Confusing. Do you know what? Everything we loved about the Slavian Menace, the last one, the 3.1 with the evil mobile phones, simple, fun, a really like enjoyable romp. All of that's missing from this. It's overcomplicated with terrible dialogue. No one behaves in a normal way. And the twists, when it turns out to be clones, the twists are so bad. I just thought this was really unenjoyable.
Well, it's written and directed by Nigel Fairs, so maybe that's what it is.
Here. He's getting too much work here.
Maybe. It says here on my notes here, this episode replaced the previously scheduled release, The Omega Theorem. So maybe this was a last-minute
Omega Theorem
replacement,
Who was
which
never
never got
that?
made. I don't know. So maybe The Omega Theorem would have been a better script, but
maybe if
it's just I just can't get on with Nigel Scares. He does. Nigel Fairs scripts.
Scare you. Well, you better watch out because he's there a lot in the opening of the Companion Chronicles.
Yeah,
you quite like those ones.
He just does too complicated.
Don't you like
the
child and the catalyst?
No, there's too much going on.
Yeah, Nigel, just less ideas, more coherency.
Even Caroline Morris and Joe Castleton couldn't save it for me.
No, I mean, I'd probably give this one a 4. I struggled to just...
I just got bored because I just get fed up trying to grasp everything that's going on and trying to... You've got to remember this, you've got to remember this person from this here and that they're here. And
what is wrong with just telling one story? Why do all these have 2 storylines?
I just want a fun story.
Just tell a single story.
Yeah, Paul is captured and he's framed for murder and they've got to stop him and we don't know that there's... that could have all been going on, but then we've got all this other stuff going on as well.
Do you know what's great about the last one? I know we'll get there in a minute, yeah, is it's told initially like it's lots of stories and then it all comes together and it's just one story. It's really, really well plotted. And Jim Mortimer, he does the clever thing of each 15-minute segment is given to another Tomorrow person. So it's one story playing out from beginning to end, and then another story playing out from beginning to end, and then they all come together. Whereas Nigel Fairs just has all these plots going on at once, all these characters in different places, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Well, as you've already told us all about it, let's go on to the next one then.
Oh, okay.
So the last one...
I'm just pleased to be nice about something.
A Plague of Dreams, released in April 2006.
Okay, another 3 months.
This is a 6-parter by Jim Mortimer.
Yeah. Do you know what? I didn't feel... I mean, I felt it was a 6-parter.
Well, we had no idea when we started.
It wasn't a problem. I thought there was plenty of plot in this.
Directed by Jason A. Gallery.
Oh, wow, was it really? I thought the direction was great of this one.
So, in this one, we got Lizzie Hopley guest starred in this one. Ciara Jansen, who you would know from Graceless.
Lizzie Hopley, we recently heard from Terra Firma.
Yeah. And there are many other characters, because a lot of this is set in America.
This is the big problem.
But all of our regulars double up as
almighty.
Americans as well. So Helen Goldwyn, Nicholas Young, Daniel James Wilson, they all double up as Americans.
I'm going to give you an example now.
You can tell exactly who is who.
Oh, exactly. No, I'm going to give you an example now. Look, our 2 co-hosts from America have just come in from the door, Jark and Mo. Oh, hello. How are you doing?
Hello.
It's that bad. Like, Helen, we love you. Stop doing American accents.
Why no? Why is she
Fella
always
who
stuck with
plays
American
Tim.
accents?
Well, what was weird though was there was a scene with both Eleanor and Tim, and 2 Americans being played by the actors who play Eleanor and Tim.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's clear like you're talking to yourself.
But the good thing about this is there is a good idea in the story.
Fuck, it's
and
a great
you're about
idea.
to explain it to everybody.
I am, yes. So we've got this wonderful conceit of a tomorrow. It's basically the twin dilemma of the Tomorrow people, but done really, really well. The twin dilemma is all about what if regeneration goes horribly wrong. Jim Mortimer's idea is what if a Tomorrow person breaks out, but it's somebody that is bad. So what if that happens and Eleanor and John and Paul can't get to them in time, can't turn them to the cause, can't curb their murderous, instincts. It's such a wonderful idea. So it's this girl, Rachel, and essentially, and it's very much like the one of the most popular Tomorrow People TV stories is called The Dirtiest Business. It's a later Tomorrow People one when it got very, very camp. And for some reason, the fellow who writes it, what's his name? Roger, the guy who's in charge of the Tomorrow People, writes a two-parter where it's a Russian girl that breaks out and they're on the streets with like prostitutes and druggies and she's put into like isolation by the government and being tortured. And it's a really adult piece. Now, that's exactly what this story is doing because the girl, Rachel, basically has a very troubled past. She saw her parents having it off when she was younger, and for whatever reason, her mind fractured. Okay, so she's both herself and her sister. And the sister personality, she's got multiple personality syndrome. The sister personality basically invented the very twisted backstory that her parents abused her, which meant she got taken away from them. And she did drugs. And she's just had a really terrible life. And it's the worst possible person that you could think of to break out as a Tomorrow person. And it just goes wrong from there, right? Because that second personality is so destructive. When she's got Tomorrow People powers, she suddenly decides to blow up Paris and do terrible things.
But a lot of this, so it opens up with Paul going on a date with this woman in an Armani suit or whatever, and Paris blows up.
It's on the cover.
And I was
Paris,
like, hang on a second.
Blown up. It's on the cover.
And I thought there was something up because I was like, I thought it was going out with Caroline Morris. What's going on? There's no mention of Caroline Morris.
They're just friends now.
Shazza. I thought it was a bit weird. I was like, and they've blown up Paris. And then John gets a helicopter.
Yeah,
and
it's
goes,
all going
and you're
on.
Like, hang on, what's going on? Meanwhile, Eleanor's in America doing like some master's degree. I'm like, what is happening? And it does turn out some of it has been a dream.
Yeah, no, all of it. All of it has been a dream. Paris was never blown up. Helena was never doing an air, mate. And the biggest hint of all that things aren't how they seem to be. John is enjoying himself and having fun. I can say to you, my God, why isn't this our normal John?
So you're like,
he's riding the helicopter and he has this massive action sequence going, woo!
You are wondering, hang on a second, what is going on here? But it does take a while to realise.
But it feels epic, doesn't it?
Because it's six parts, it does have a lot. It can expand a bit more and explain a bit more. You don't have to rush and cut out scenes, and things don't have to happen off screen.
But you know what makes this? Yeah, is that Jim Mortimer is just a good writer. So the dialogue is sharp and on point. All of the characters are well drawn. I think the backstory for Rachel is absolutely gripping. It's dark as well, and it all culminates in this wonderful last episode where evil Rachel basically decides, no. The time for the Tomorrow People is over. I am going to create Homo sapiens .2 and we are going to take over the fucking world. This is what we can do. You people hiding in the shadows, do-gooders, doing your own thing. So it looks like we're going to have rival Tomorrow People factions. Now, that's all I've been asking for all year.
A way to push the series
forward. A new idea,
yeah.
Something new to do with these ideas. Yeah, not looking back to old bloody Maraca aliens and things like that. Thank you, Jim Mortimer, for basically tearing us towards the future. And it looks like as well, this might be the start of that evil Nazi Tomorrow People future that we saw in the second story coming to pass.
So maybe it will pay off eventually, going through all these complications.
I thought this one was so refreshing. Just so refreshing. So it felt ambitious. It felt epic. I thought the soundscape was really great. Like, there were some shocking scenes in it as well. The only thing that really pissed me off were those American accents.
Yeah, it's a doubling up of voices. But I suppose 6 episodes, you can't afford any more actors.
I don't even know if there was any real Americans. If there was Americans in there...
No, there wasn't. It was
shame on
Helen
you.
Goldwyn.
No, but Rachel on that. That's an American, isn't it?
No.
Oh. Well, there was a lot of it. I thought this was great, though.
It's Lizzie Hopley.
After being sort of a bit whingy, I thought this was a good, like, it's not a 10 out of 10, but it's a bloody solid 8 out of 10, I thought.
Yeah. It's not like the best of the best.
No.
Oh my God. But it just felt more refreshing compared to the others.
Yeah. It's coherent. And unlike the first 3, all of those stories come together and have a point and then take us off into the future. Yeah. So really, really great. I really enjoyed this one.
So yeah, it sort of saved the series.
It did. It absolutely did. You know, I kept saying to you, God, we got to get back to these because we were getting through the first 3.
No,
we were
like, a while. Yeah, we weren't enthusiastic really. No. And maybe that's why there's only 4 releases because this is 6. Usually there's like 5, isn't there? So
yeah. I'm wondering if this was a tricky year. I mean, you've got Nigel Fez writing 2 scripts. So was there no other scripts available? Maybe if he'd just written 1, we would have had a better script from him rather than those 2, which were both
maybe there were some issues behind the scenes that was like tough.
Some of the ambitions in this season to give Eleanor a background and John and Paul, because we learn about John, don't we? About when he broke out and how he had 6 months in a coma and how there was no Tomorrow people to help him out.
Yeah.
He basically had to do it all on his own. So they're fleshing out the characters. I did just feel with those first 3 that we were slipping backwards into the 70s. And then it was so refreshing in that last one. It just felt so modern. Helicopter chases and things like that.
I wasn't imagining the 70s in that one at all. But
more like that, please.
Well, we only get one more season after this before they cancel it.
I know I've whinged, but I really have been enjoying these Tomorrow People audios. So how many have we got in the next season?
6.
6? And I know there's a Joe Lister script in there somewhere. There's more Craig Hinton, so we can expect some more continuity. And I'll bet Nigel Fairs turns up somewhere.
Well, of course he will. You can't get away from him, can you?
But, a bit of a...
Not as fun as the last series for me.
Yeah. Overall.
I need to watch some more TV, Tomorrow People.
Yeah, well, I'll show you some of the best and some of the worst. Should we do that before the last season?
We need to watch
and then we can talk a bit about the TV show
before.
All right. I'll choose some for you.
Well, there we are. That's another series of Tomorrow People, everyone.
I actually did quite enjoy trying to unpick some of those plots, though.
Yeah.
I sort of sum up this season as lots of good ideas, terrible execution.
If it wasn't for like the regulars, though, if they weren't as good, if it wasn't Helen Goldwyn going around doing her thing, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much.
No, I could lose Paul in a heartbeat.
He's all right. He's quite fun.
No,
he's a bit annoying, but
pubic
he's fun.
lice. He's so annoying. Good grief. I mean, Helen Goldwyn, I'd just have her on her own. You know, I think she's wonderful.
Yeah. She's learning her craft here when she directs.
Oh, it should be so sad when she stops acting in Big Finish and then does directs. Yeah. Although she's a great director.
She is, but she's learning her craft off of everybody here.
Oh, fair enough.
Yep. Anyway, that's the Tomorrow People.
Yes. Well, I mean, if you disagree with us, let us know in the comments. Please, we don't get any comments on the Tomorrow People, so please let us know.
Well, I'll tell you what we're doing next.
I mean, okay, it must be more exciting than this, surely.
Yes, it's back to the Doctor Who main range already.
Oh, hallelujah!
So we're doing 3 stories. We are doing Live 34.
Oh my God, Live 34 is great!
Scaredy Cat.
Oh God, that's not great.
And Singularity.
Oh, do you remember Singularity?
I don't know. I can't remember it. So
Mark Strickson's got that strange hat on the cover.
Well, there's 2 covers for that one.
I know. Actually, I remember it being pretty good. You know. Oh, what a mix! We've really got to listen to Scaredy Cat.
Yeah, well, it's short. It'll be over in like half an hour.
Still on 2 discs, though, isn't it? Scaredy Cat, Scaredy Cat.
Anyway, so we'll look forward to doing those Doctor Who ones.
Oh, my God. This is Joe Ford here from Finish Big. Live, Finish Big. There's an explosion happening around me. The Thargons are attacking. There are evil maracas in the sky.
Anyway, you saps. Let's go, shall we?
Yes. And we'll continue to be homo superiors.
Yeah, and you can all be saps.
And you can all be saps, yes. There's only room for one set of homos here.
I feel like all of that Tomorrow People terminology is just
Oh,
not
it's
correct, is it?
You know,
somebody was having a bit of a laugh with all of the words.
Have you not heard about this? About the man who run it, who used to audition the little boys, and he'd be hiding behind the door, giving them the nod when the pretty boys came in.
It doesn't mean the wording in the script is going to be weird.
There's Tomorrow People episodes where there's little boys in the galactic slave trade.
That's what I'm talking about. Just
they're not even wearing any clothes.
The word, the terminology of the word.
It's deliberate.
Like saps and
it's deliberate.
Jaunting and all that kind of stuff. It's just weird, isn't it?
Well, no, I think it's got meanings.
Oh, God.
You know, Savile-esque meanings.
Oh, no, please.
I'm telling you.
Okay, let's stop this now. Anyway, see you next time.
Goodbye.